a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law, that among others include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll now begin your hearings, and I'll call you in one at a time. When it's your turn, please come to the podium in the center of the room and speak into the microphone. I will call a second person's name. Please have a seat in the chairs right there by the door. Once in a while, I may need to pause the hearings to handle a warrant. Please do not enter the hearing room unless you have been called. Just remain seated. At the end of your hearing, you will be handed paperwork that has all the information I'm about to give you, as well as those release conditions that you need to review. So make sure you hold on to that paperwork. It has the dates, times, phone numbers, things that you do need. We'll begin this morning with David Gonzalez. Please come to the podium. After that will be Cody Lyons. Please have a seat by the door. Good morning, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
David Gonzalez, March 7th, 1979.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on two matters. The first one is the new case that brought you in, and that is the dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, that's a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on April 3rd at 8:30 in the morning, and you do have and you are not eligible for release today, and that's because of your other matter. So because you were on felony release already and a new alleged felony took place, under the Arizona Criminal Rule 4.2A7A, you have another hearing, which is on April 6th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and they'll determine if you may become eligible for release. So your second matter here today is you're failing to appear at your preliminary hearing back in December of last year. That's where you were on felony release. So you have an attorney already appointed in that case. Your next hearing for that case will now be April 8th at 8:30 in the morning. It will show on your paperwork that you have a $500 bond because they issued a warrant for your arrest when you didn't appear. Unfortunately, even if you pay that bond, you would not be released until you go to that evidentiary hearing. So just make sure you hold on to both sets of paperwork. You are not eligible for release today. Please take your paperwork, sir. Cody Lyons, please come to the podium. Nina Saunders, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Cody Kurt Lyons, 09/06/1994.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am.
You are here today on two matters. It looks like one of them is an arrest warrant. So it is alleging that back in September of 2025, there may have been a criminal trespass, which is a Class 6 felony, and then another type of criminal trespass alleged as a misdemeanor. The state has now brought charges against you. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. And your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, April 6th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
You are still eligible for release, and because this one was a direct complaint with a $50 bond. Your other matter here today, though, is an out-of-county warrant, and it is from Yavapai County, and they are alleging aggravated harassment. An attorney will be appointed for you at your next hearing at the Yavapai County Superior Court, April 2nd at 8:30 in the morning. This does carry a $25,000 secured appearance bond. So if you're able to pay both, make sure you go to both hearings. If you are not, you will stay in custody and you'll be transported to the hearings. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Nina Saunders, please come to the podium. Cesar Gonzalez, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Nina Saunders, 3388.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on two matters. The first one is a new case alleging burglary in the third degree, which is a Class 4 felony, dangerous drugs in your possession, Class 4 felony, theft of a credit card, which is a Class 5 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, assault and disorderly conduct are both alleged as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning on this new case. and there is a secured appearance bond of $7,500 with release conditions that you should review carefully. Your other matter here today is your probation violation warrant. So anytime there's new alleged criminal activity, you do get a term 1 probation violation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your hearing for your probation case is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning, and your bond on that is $500. So you'll note both of your hearings are on the same day. They are in 2 different courtrooms, but they're in the same building. So if you're able to post bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to both your hearings. If you're not able to post your bond, you'll stay in custody and you'll be transported between the 2 galleries that day to make sure you get to both of your hearings. Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Cesar Gonzalez, please come to the podium. Jermaine Hopkins, have a seat by the door.
Hey,
Please say your name and date of birth.
Cesar Gonzalez, 10980.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged that you took the identity of another, and that's a Class 3 felony. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for a release, and it is under a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to post the bond, don't have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants, don't have any weapons or consume any drugs or alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Make sure you go to your next hearing or they'll issue a warrant for your arrest. If you cannot pay your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. Please take your paperwork, sir. Jermaine Hopkins, please come to the podium. Juanita Castillo, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jermaine Hopkins, 32294.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 2 matters. The first one is a new case. It is alleged you may have committed robbery, which is a Class 3 felony. Disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and having drug paraphernalia are all alleged as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing on your new case is April 6th, downtown Phoenix, 8:30 in the morning, and you do have bond. It's $2,500 on your new case. Your release conditions include don't go back to the scene of the crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants, but otherwise they're your standard probation terms. So that's your other matter here today. You have a probation violation. It's a term 1 violation anytime there's new alleged criminal activity. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is also April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. This carries a $500 bond. So together you're looking at $3,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to post it, call your probation officer and go to both your hearings. They're in the same building on the same day, but 2 different courtrooms. If you're not able to post your bond, you'll be transported to your hearings.
Is it 10% of 3,000?
You can use a bonding company, but that is between you and the company.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please take your paperwork, sir. Juanita Castillo, please come to the podium. Adrian Munoz, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Juanita Castillo, my birthday is 6/24/1965.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged you may have committed 2 counts, aggravated assault, which is a Class 5 felony. 1 count, driving under the influence with a combination of liquor or vapors or drugs. That's alleged as a misdemeanor. So all the rest of these are alleged as misdemeanors. Driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or more, 0.15 to 0.2, and extreme driving under the influence of a blood alcohol level 0.20 or more. Leaving an accident, disobeying an order or mandate of the court, and then having an open container of liquor in your vehicle. So those are all being alleged as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, and that will be on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. You're still eligible for release, and you would have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Noting that you had no prior failures to appear, it is quite a low bond, but you would be required to have random weekly illegal drug and alcohol testing to show the court you can remain sober. If you're able to post your bond, review your release conditions carefully, call pretrial services, and take advantage of that testing. If you're not able to post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Adrian Munoz, please come to the podium. And then Ernesto Carpio, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Adrian Alberto Munoz, 8/12/87.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on an arrest warrant. It's alleged that in December of 2025, you may have dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony. The state has now brought charges against you. This court is appointing an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Oh, excuse me, this is from a failing to appear at your status conference. So you didn't go to your status conference on January 14th. You came through the IA court, and they hoped you would go, and you didn't, so they issued a warrant for your arrest. So now you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond with the same release conditions or new release conditions. You'll want to read them to be careful that you don't violate them.
Okay.
If you're able to post your bond, make sure you go to your next hearing. If you cannot post your bond, you'll stay in custody and you'll be transported to your next hearing.
Okay. I just want to say, when I had gotten arrested that day for that charge, I got arrested for being a suspicious person at my house, on my property, and they had no probable cause to.
Right, but you still had a hearing that you were supposed to go to.
Yes.
Even if they don't find probable cause, the state can still bring additional evidence to prove up their allegation. And when you missed that hearing, they issued a warrant for your arrest.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Please take your paperwork, sir. Ernesto Carpio, please come to the podium. Gary Payan, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ernesto Carpio, 10/24/69.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case alleging you had dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony, as well as drug paraphernalia. That's a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. And you do have a $250 bond on your new case. And then you have two other cases. Your other two cases are probation violation warrants. It's alleged that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you in each of those, and your hearing is also April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. All three cases, you have a $250 bond, so it's $750 total. If you're able to post your bond, you have your regular terms of probation, so call your probation officer and go to your hearings. If you're not able to post your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to your hearings. Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Gary Payan, please come to the podium. Kenneth Dotson, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Gary Payan, December 28, 1965.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It is alleged that you committed child or vulnerable adult abuse, which is a Class 5 felony because it's under the reckless category, so not intentional but reckless. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. Just to explain what's happening here, the state asked for a $5,000 secured appearance bond. I believe that is too much. I think you are going to go to your hearing. And so I'm setting the bond today at $500 secured appearance bond, but with electronic monitoring. That is one thing they did ask for. So make sure you tell pretrial services about your commitments and obligations like work or church or things that you need to go to so they can program that into the electronic monitoring device. You do have release conditions, and they include no physical contact with the alleged victim. And then you must comply with all directives of the Arizona Department of Child Safety. The abbreviation is DCS. So unless DCS orders otherwise, you may return to your home even if the alleged victim is still there. So I understand this might not have happened at your home, but that is your son. Does he usually live with you? Yeah. So unless DCS says no, you may return to your home because DCS was notified when you were arrested. So if they've made some type of order, you need to comply with the DCS order. But if they have not made an order, you can go home.
I haven't heard anything
But you've been
about
in
it.
here, right?
Yeah.
So once you are, if you're able to post your bond, it's $500 secured, then just, double check with the people who are at home whether or not DCS has made any orders.
Nobody else knows it but just me and him.
Just you and him, okay. So then they would need to serve it on you, probably at your release time. If there is something, they will bring it to you here, because they know you're here. Okay. All right, so just review your release conditions carefully. If you're not able to post your bond, you will stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Kenneth Dotson, please come to the podium. Talia Jaramillo, have a seat by the door. Kenneth Dotson, he's got a brown hoodie and quite a beard. I think he is asleep right there in the middle. Yes. He may need hearing. Does he need assistance with hearing?
Or do you need help with hearing?
See what happens.
Okay, I'm right here.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
All right. I need to ask you for your name and your date of birth.
My name is Ken Dotson, 11/8/59.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because you did not go to your status conference on March 17th of this year. So it looks like you were arrested in January for drug paraphernalia, which is a class 4 felony, and then having dangerous drugs in your possession. When you failed to go to your hearing, they issued a warrant for your arrest. So you have an attorney in your case already. Your next hearing is April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, and you have a $500 secured appearance bond. If you can post it, make sure you go to your next hearing so they don't issue another warrant. If you cannot post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing. Okay? It's all on your paperwork. All right. Thank you for your time, sir.
More money you want?
Talia Jaramillo, please come to the podium. After that will be Charles Davis. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Talia Jaramillo, 12/31/91.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a justice court warrant alleging an extreme driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 to 0.20. It's still alleged as a misdemeanor. There is an attorney appointed for you, though, because there is bond. So if you plan to fight the charges, you will need to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Agua Fria Justice Court on April 1st, 8:30 in the morning, and your bond is set at $500 cash. So you would need to pay the full amount. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you go to the hearing and work out what you're going to do next with Agua Fria. If you cannot post the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Charles Davis, please come to the podium, and then Michael Haza, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Charles Edward Davis Sr. and 6/26/1965.
Thank you, sir. You're here because of 2 probation violation warrants. They're both alleging terms 3 and 5. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, April 6, 8:30 in the morning. One of them carries a $100 bond. The other one is $250. So together, that's $350 secured appearance bond. If you're able to post it, you have your regular terms of probation. Call your probation officer and go to your hearings. If you cannot post your bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your next hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Please take your paperwork, sir. Okay, and we will need to pause for just one moment. Zoom. I believe we are at Mr. Michael Haza. Please come to the podium. And then Reed Keller, please have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Michael Ryan Haza, October 29th, 1981.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case alleging fraudulent use of a credit card, which is a Class 5 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under pretrial services because you have 0 failures to appear. So make sure that you continue that streak. You do need to have a phone call with pretrial services within 72 hours of your release. So make sure you check in with them, but also go to your hearing. Your other release conditions include not to have any contact with any alleged victims. Make sure you review that to ensure you don't violate anything on accident.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
Reed Keller, please come to the podium. Faith Tucker, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Reed Keller, December 4th, 1992.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged you violated terms 3 and 5. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today to the supervision of your probation officer. Make sure you follow your normal terms of probation, so call them when you get out in a few hours. Check in, let them know about your next court date.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, please take your paperwork. Faith Tucker, please come to the podium. Epifanio Molina, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Faith Tucker, June 18th, 2001.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case alleging theft or control of stolen property. That is a Class 6 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on April 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You have 0 failures to appear, and so you are going to be released today on your promise to make sure you go to that hearing. Don't have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants, and make sure you go to the hearing or they'll issue a warrant for your arrest with bond. Okay? Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Epifanio Molina, please come to the podium. Daniel Camargo, please have a seat by the door.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Please say your name and date of birth.
Epifanio Molina, 10/8/82.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case alleging that you had narcotic drugs in your possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney for you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, April 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are being released today on your promise to go to that hearing. Review your release conditions carefully, sir.
Your Honor, it was, can I just say, letting you know, it was a Suboxone, it was appointed to me.
But was it your prescription with your name on it?
Yeah, it was mine.
That's not what's alleged in the law enforcement report.
Okay,
so that's something to discuss with your attorney.
And it was all deals like from like last year when I went
Okay,
to the
so
program.
definitely talk about that with your attorney. You have a hearing though. If you don't go to that hearing, I don't know if you saw there was 2 gentlemen here who didn't go to their hearings and now they had bond. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Daniel Camargo, please come to the podium. Rosa Maria Perez Morales, have a seat by the door.
Hello.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Daniel Camargo, January 3rd, 91.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a justice court warrant, and it looks like it is alleged as a misdemeanor. A counsel won't be appointed to you. You can hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at Arrowhead Justice Court on April 14th at 2 in the afternoon. You are going to be released today on your promise to go to that hearing. So make sure you do, and I've included their phone number for you too, so you can call ahead and find out what you need to do to be prepared and how to get there. All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Good morning, this is Commissioner Gentry. Is this the Spanish language interpreter?
Yes, hello, this is Lucia, will be your interpreter. My ID number is 2528.
Thank you. Before we begin, I need to ask, do you swear or affirm that you will directly translate my words from English to Spanish and the defendant's words from Spanish to English exactly as we say them or to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. We'll begin. Ms. Perez-Morales, please come to the podium.
Señora Pérez Morales, por favor, venga al podio.
Please remember you're here on a criminal matter.
Recuerde que está aquí por un caso legal, penal.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you.
Tiene el derecho de permanecer en silencio. Todo lo que diga o haga puede ser usado en su contra.
Okay. Please wait for the interpreter to finish speaking before you speak.
Por favor, espere a que termine de hablar la intérprete antes de hablar usted.
Please say your name and your date of birth.
Por favor, diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
Rosa María Pérez Morales, soy del 21 de diciembre del 67.
Rosa Maria Perez Morales, December 21st, 67.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new justice court case.
Muchas gracias, señora. Está aquí por un nuevo caso de la Corte de Justicia.
It was alleged you may have committed assault, which is a misdemeanor.
Lo que se presupone es que usted cometió una agresión, el cual es un delito menor.
This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you.
Esta corte ha encontrado causa probable y se le va a dar un abogado para que la pueda asistir.
Your next hearing is at the Santan Justice Court on April 14th at 9 in the morning.
Su próxima audiencia va a ser en la Corte de San Juan el día 14 de abril a las 9 de la mañana.
You are going to be released today on your promise to go to the hearing.
Bajo su promesa de ir a esa audiencia, a usted se le va a liberar en el día de hoy.
You do have conditions on your release.
Para su liberación tiene condiciones.
You may reside with the alleged victim if that alleged victim consents.
Si consiente, la supuesta víctima puede residir con esa persona.
If the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent while this case is pending, you must immediately find an alternative residence.
Si la supuesta víctima no consiente o revoca el consentimiento mientras esté pendiente el caso, inmediatamente tiene usted que encontrar una residencia alternativa.
You must bring proof of an alternative residence to your next court date.
Usted tiene que traer una prueba de esa residencia alternativa a la próxima fecha de corte.
Okay. If that happens, one civil standby is permitted, which means law enforcement will go with you to pick up necessary things like medication, identification, or clothing that you may need.
En caso de que eso ocurra, se le va a dar un apoyo civil. ¿Qué significa eso? Alguien de los refuerzos de la ley, ya sea policía, por ejemplo, le va a dar, la va a acompañar para poder buscar medicación, su identificación o ropa o lo que sea que pueda llegar a necesitar.
Okay. Do you have someone in your life who can read your release documents and explain them to you in Spanish?
¿Hay alguien que usted tenga en su vida que le pueda leer los documentos de liberación y explicárselos en español?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So the important information is on your documents. Please be patient as you are released today in a few hours.
La información importante está en esta documentación. Tenga paciencia, la vamos a liberar en unas horas.
Okay. Please take your paperwork.
Por favor, tome los papeles.
Okay. For the translator, thank you very much for your service to the court. We could not have had that hearing without you. That was our only Spanish language defendant.
Thank you for calling Lionbridge. Interpreter 2528 disconnecting. Have a nice day.
Okay. And then we'll pause for a moment while you clear the gallery and I'll handle some warrants. Let me see what happened.
Go ahead. Four, five, two, nine.
Okay. Mr. Woodard, please come to the podium. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jonah Woodard, 2585.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. It looks like it was also for a non-witness violation hearing, so you didn't go to that back. Let's see. It was issued on the 26th, so just a few days ago. You already have an attorney in your case. Your next hearing will be April 6th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Based on the fact that you've been reinstated 3 times and that you've got allegations of aggravated assault, Class 4 felony on February 19th of this year, you are going to be held non-bondable under the Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2c because you're most likely to receive a period of incarceration at your next hearing. So all this information is on your paperwork. You will not be released today, but you will be transported to your next hearing.
Okay, I got a question for you. So that F4 aggravated assault, that didn't follow through. That was like, you know what I mean? That was like thrown out. It was no good. Now, the failure to appear, that was me. But I don't know about all this extra stuff they're adding on or whatnot. So you said they're trying to, I guess, put me in prison now or something like that?
Well, you didn't go to your
Yeah, I was sick that day. I was in the hospital.
Okay, and there's no motion by your attorney to quash this warrant. So I have no way to verify anything that you're telling me right now. Because that's something your attorney can do if you're not able to attend your hearing. I know it was just the 26th, but they could have filed something. So instead a warrant was issued, it is valid.
Okay.
And under Arizona Criminal Rule 7.2C, you're most likely to receive some jail time here.
Okay.
And so you're going to be held without bond.
Okay. So, do I have a attorney on this case already for me?
You do. One was appointed before, yes.
Do you have the name or all that on paperwork?
Let me tell you who it is. One moment, please.
Just curious.
I think it's public defender. That's what it usually is, but I'll go back and look.
Right.
Yes, you were appointed the County Public Defender's Office, and I think, do you guys have extra sheets with those papers with that phone number on it?
Okay.
It's on there? Okay. So their phone number is available to you. You can call them and ask them to make a motion to modify this if you'd like.
Okay.
But otherwise, you'll just have your next hearing on the 6th.
On the 6th of April?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for your time, sir.
We'll see what happens. All right, thank you.
All right. We do have 3 matters that are going to be seen as house calls. They are Dale Wicker. He is unable to function. We'll be seeing him, date of birth 6/27/61, as a fugitive of justice. He's here on other Arizona cases, but then he also has a California warrant out for him that was confirmed. I am not going to offer him the chance to waive his rights because he does have Arizona pending cases. So I have set a fugitive from justice hearing for him on 4/20 at 1:30 in the afternoon downtown Phoenix. And he is non-bondable because it is a no-bond parole violation from California. The next individuals are Brandon Turnbow, date of birth 9/21/07, and Brandy Nesticio, 9/23/2005. These individuals are intoxicated in NASWA, but also they're co-defendants in a case that's alleging disorderly conduct and fighting. So they're both getting an attorney because they are DV, and one of them is going out to White Tank, that would be Brandy, on 4/14 at 9:30 in the morning, and then Brandon is going to Goodyear Municipal Court on 4/15 at 1 in the afternoon. They're both being released today on their own recognizance because they both don't really have criminal histories and 0 FTAs. And they do have the same release order, which is you may reside with the alleged victim as long as the alleged victim consents. And if the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent while the case is pending, you must immediately find an alternative residence and bring proof of the same to your next court date when civil standby is permitted. It is my suspicion and belief, based on the Form 4, that they will both consent to live with each other again. And we hopefully resolve all of this at their next court date in White Tank and Goodyear. It is not my intention to return to this recording, so if there are any changes, they will be reflected on the written orders. At this time, the 2 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar is in recess until 5 a.m.
rise.
Please be seated. Good morning. This is the 5 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar for March 30th, 2026. The court's orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of the month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed for you, when and where your next hearing will be, if you are eligible for release, what your release conditions are, and any bond amount required. I will not read all the release conditions to each of you. That is your responsibility to review, but I may point out a few depending on your case. You're all here today on criminal matters, which means you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be held against you. This hearing is being recorded. It is also broadcast live. I will only ask you for your name and your date of birth. There may be victims watching the live stream, so I will read the victim rights advisement and then we'll begin with your hearing. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We'll now begin with your hearings, and I'll call you in one at a time. When it is your turn, please come to the podium in the center of the room and speak into the microphone. I'll call a second person's name to have a seat in the chairs right there by the door. Once in a while, I may need to pause the hearing in order to handle a warrant, so please do not enter the hearing room unless you have been called. Just remain seated. At the end of your hearing, you will be handed paperwork, and this document has all the information I'm about to give you, as well as those release conditions that you need to review. Hold on to this paperwork. It has important information for you: times, dates, locations, phone numbers for your attorney. We'll begin today with Joshua Girdle or Guselli. Please come to the podium. And then after that will be Joseph Kenali. And I apologize for saying your name incorrectly. Please say your name and date of birth.
Joshua Daniel Geethley.
And your date of birth.
12/15 of 1981.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you may have committed aggravated assault, which violated a protective order. That is a Class 6 felony. And also that you disobeyed an order or mandate of the court that is alleged as a misdemeanor. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. This one will have to get reprinted, I think. Okay. You are on felony release today, sir, which means that you had another case that was open, and that's the 2025 case where you had a status conference set up for January. So because of that, under the Arizona criminal rules, 4.2A7A, you're not eligible for bond today. But you are going to have another hearing, and that will determine at that second hearing if you can become eligible for bond or for release. So they're going to give you the paperwork in just a minute. If you'll please have a seat.
Thank you.
13 should have an evidentiary hearing. I can't do it. There was no hearing. What? There was no, you need the hearing on that? Yeah, we need an evidentiary hearing on that one. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, Joseph Kenali, please come to the podium. After that will be Arturo Romero. Okay, Mr. Canali, just right here in the center of the room.
And to sleep and not come.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Joseph Malcolm Canelli, 2491.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you may have committed armed robbery with a deadly weapon. That's a Class 2 felony. Also, aggravated assault with a deadly instrument, which is a Class 3 felony. Theft of means of transportation, that's a Class 3 felony. Disorderly conduct with a weapon, which is a Class 6 felony. And then criminal trespass into a residential structure, which is a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. You are still eligible for release today, sir. It is under a $200,000 cash-only bond with an electronic monitor. If you're able to post your bond, make sure you let pretrial services know about commitments and obligations you may have so they can program that into your electronic monitor. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. No alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, and do not possess any weapons, even simulated ones like BB guns, pellet guns, or replicas of a deadly weapon. Also, you're not to possess or consume any marijuana, THC, or CBD without a valid prescription. If you're not able to post your bond, you will stay in custody and you will be transported to your next hearing. Please take your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Arturo Romero, please come to the podium, and then Matthew Flores. Have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Arturo Romero, 10703.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged that you may have committed aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a Class 2 felony, and disorderly conduct with a weapon, which is a Class 6 felony. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. You are still eligible for release. It is under a secured appearance bond of $50,000 with electronic monitoring. And that electronic monitoring will have a curfew, so if you're able to post your bond, tell the pretrial services officers about your commitments and obligations. Do not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged witnesses, victims, or complainants. Don't possess weapons, consume or possess alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Looks like you have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Where it happened at, I actually live there, so how would that work out?
Okay, so if you actually live there, I wasn't sure if you lived there or not, so we will add a civil standby for you. Oh, it should be on that paperwork. Let me look at how it looks. What I see and what gets printed is a little different. Let's see. Yes, it's already included. So it says you may not reside at the same location as an alleged victim, even if you're the owner or the renter of the residence. But you may ask law enforcement to escort you one time to get necessary things like medication, identification, clothing that you need between now and your next hearing date. So that is already written in. It's number 7 on the release conditions. They've changed our formatting, so sometimes I don't see it right away. If you're not able to post your bond, that no victim contact order does still apply. So we need to caution you, sir. If you're in custody and you were to have a victim contact, they could bring new allegations against you. If you were out of custody and you had the victim contact, you might become ineligible for bail going forward because you'd have a new allegation of a felony. So just be aware these are very strict. Okay, please take your paperwork, sir. Matthew Flores, please come to the podium. Julio Trujillo Valderrama, have a seat by the door, please.
Hello, Your Honor.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Matthew Armando Flores, 04-2390.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
You are here today on 3 matters. The first one is a new case. On your new case, it was alleged that you committed unlawful means of transportation as a passenger. That's a Class 6 felony. This court found probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing on your new case is downtown Phoenix, April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, and your bond is set at $7,500 in your new case. You do have conditions. Don't return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. Your other conditions are all similar to your probation terms, and that is what your two other matters are. You have 2 probation cases, and now you have term 1 violation.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Let me give you everything, and then I'd be happy to hear what you'd like to say.
Yes, ma'am.
So on your term 1 violations, you have 2 probation cases.
Yes.
So an attorney has been appointed for each of them. Your next hearing is April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, and each of them carries a $250 bond. So altogether, you are looking at $8,000 in secured appearance bond, and that's based on the state's recommendation, if you're wondering where that came from.
Okay, Your Honor, I just got out of, I just got out of county 2 days ago. I did a weekend in Watkins, and I was, to no knowledge, I just wanted to put on the record, I got picked up by a vehicle, from what I'm being charged with. I was not in a vehicle that was known to be stolen. I didn't know it was stolen, and I wasn't actually in the car when they pulled me over. They said on the camera, see me get out of a car so why am I being charged for something that I didn't even...
So you're discussing the merits of the case, which I understand is very important to you, and this is something that you should talk about with your attorney, and their phone number will be on your paperwork. It's on the second page. So you can discuss that with your attorney about what's the best arguments for your case, and then talk about the merits of that with the next judge. Here in this hearing, we look at probable cause, which is a very low bar, and there was enough for this allegation, for this matter.
And what are you saying? What I have there? You're telling me I have a bond and a what?
You do. You have an $8,000 total bond. It's secured. You can use a bond company. And you do have attorneys appointed to assist you in your new case and your probation cases, and their phone number is on your paperwork.
When's my court date?
It's on your paperwork, and it is April 6th. Okay, please take your paperwork, sir. Julio Trujillo Valderrama, please come to the podium. And then Gerardo Cardenas, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Julio Trujillo Valderrama, 12/10/73.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on an arrest warrant, and it was alleged that in May of 2025, you may have committed 2 counts, aggravated driving under the influence, and 2 counts, aggravated third time driving under the influence. These are both Class 4 felonies. So the state has now brought charges against you. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing in this new case is on April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. You are eligible for release under a $5,000 bond with pretrial services doing alcohol and drug testing randomly and electronic monitoring. You had a question, sir.
Yeah, I did not know that I had a warrant, because when they arrested me, they didn't give me any court papers, no anything. They said they were going to send anything to...
Yeah, so this is a direct complaint, which means that they sent a summons to your home. It apparently did not get to you. And the reason why I'm going to affirm this bond is because it looks like you have had a prior DUI-related felony conviction for endangerment, and that was less than 2 years ago. That was committed July of 2023. And then you also had 3 separate misdemeanor DUI convictions. They were on 5/25 of 23, 9/17 of 2011, and 11/4 of 2010. And so that is why I am going to affirm the warrant in this case. Okay? Please take your paperwork.
So how much is the bond?
$5,000. Please take your paperwork, sir. Gerardo Cardenas, please come to the podium. Jesus Vargas, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Gerardo Cardenas, September 21st, 1979.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on two matters. The first one is a new case. It is alleged that you may have committed burglary or unlawful entry, and that's a Class 4 felony. Also that you had burglary tools in your possession, and that's a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 6th, 8:30 in the morning. On your new case, you do have bond. It is $2,500. And the conditions include don't go back to the alleged scene of the crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. The rest of your conditions are your regular probation conditions, and that is your second matter here today. Anytime there is new alleged criminal activity, there is a Term 1 probation violation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, also on April 6th, 8:30 in the morning. This one carries a $500 bond. So together, it's $3,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to post it, call your probation officer and go to both your hearings. They're in the same building on the same day, but different courtrooms. If you're not able to post it, you'll be transported to your hearing on April 6th. Please take your paperwork, sir. Jesus Vargas, please come to the podium. And then Crystal Lucera, have a seat by the door. Lucero. So Jesus Vargas is wearing a blue t-shirt. Here he comes. Okay. Good morning, sir. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jesus Vargas, October 22nd, 1995.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on 4 matters. The first one is a new case alleging dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. On your new case, you have a $500 bond. Your other 3 matters are all probation violation warrants. So because you have this new Term 1 violation of your probation warrants, an attorney has been appointed. Your hearings are also April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix, but they are in a different courtroom, and they're each carrying a $500 bond. So altogether, that is $2,000 in secured appearance bond. If you're able to post it, follow your terms and conditions of probation. Call your probation officer, tell them about your 2 hearings. If you are not able to post it, you'll be transported to your hearings. Please take your paperwork, sir. Please take your paperwork, sir.
No.
Crystal Lucero, please come to the podium. George Robinson, please have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Crystal Taylor Lucero, 7/27/1995.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you had dangerous drugs in your possession. That's a Class 4 felony. That you may have tampered with or destroyed evidence, which is a Class 6 felony. And then that you were committing criminal trespass on a property, which is alleged as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning, and you do have a $500 bond on this matter. I do want to alert you, though, ma'am, that it appears DOC has placed a hold as well. So even if you were to pay the $500, I'm not sure that you would be released. So I wanted to make you aware of that, so you could consider that before posting your bond. Make sure that if they're going to come and get you, you don't pay the money and not get it back. Okay. If you are able to be released, you do have your regular terms of parole, so make sure to call in within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you're not able to post the bond, you'll stay in custody and you'll be transported to your hearing, and at least this way you'll still get credit for the time that you're here on this case. All right, please take your paperwork, ma'am. George Robinson, please come to the podium. Star Sotelo, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
George Robinson, 1969, 8/2/1969.
Thank you, sir. You're here today because of a probation violation warrant. It is alleging that you violated terms 3, 5, 13, and 15, and that your whereabouts have been unknown since last April. So a warrant was issued for your arrest. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is April 6th, 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix, and you do have a $500 bond. Otherwise, it's your regular terms of probation. So if you post that bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearing. If you cannot post the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. Please take your paperwork.
How long will I be in custody?
Until April 6th, when you see the probation judge.
Okay, so otherwise, if I post $500, I'll be able to get out?
But then you need to go to your hearing on April 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and call your probation officer.
Okay.
All right, please take your paperwork, sir. Star Sotelo, please come to the podium, and Vanessa Cruz, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Star Sotelo, 8/15/1998.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on two matters. One of them is actually they're both failing to go to your probation violation disposition hearings. It looks like they both happened on March 3rd without you. So you already have attorneys in those cases, and they issued a warrant for your arrest. Now you have a new court date. It's on April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. So your bond is $150 in one of them. $150 in the other. So it's $300 total. If you're able to post your bond, call your probation officer, go to your hearing, follow your terms of probation. If you're not able to post the bond, you'll stay in custody and be transported to your hearing. Please take your paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Vanessa Cruz, please come to the podium. Tia Smith, have a seat by the door. Let's see, Vanessa Cruz is already dressed out. She's on her way, okay. Please say your name and date of birth.
Vanessa Cruz, 3492.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case alleging that you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be April 14th at 8:30 in the morning, downtown Phoenix. On this new case, you are going to be released to pretrial services. Make sure you call them within 72 hours of your release and go to your hearing. If you don't have anything else holding you here today, that will happen in a few hours. Please take your paperwork, ma'am.
Thank you.
Tia Smith, please come to the podium. Kershana Yeslis, have a seat by the door, please. Please say your name and date of birth.
Tia Smith, 11/25/2006.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you may have committed 3 counts of aggravated assault against first responders, which is a Class 4 felony. Also, 1 count of resisting arrest with physical force, that's a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of assault or recklessness as a misdemeanor. This court did find probable cause and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on April 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under supervised release, so you need to make sure you call within 72 hours of your release and get in touch with pretrial services. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. You may not reside at the same location as the alleged victims, and so that means you do have 1 civil standby available to you where you can call police and ask them to escort you there. Don't show up and hope to meet them there. Go together to get your necessary things like medication, identification, or clothing that you're going to need going forward. They will not resolve property disputes. It is just a quick in and out to get the things you need. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I was supposed to go out of town on Friday. Is that still allowed?
Where are you going, ma'am?
To Jamaica.
Oh, out of the country. Normally, we allow people to go to like neighboring states or other counties, besides Maricopa County. Can you tell me what it's for?
It's a family trip with my cousins and my aunties.
Is it with any of the people who are alleged victims?
No.
It's not with any of them. No. Okay. And do you live here in Arizona normally?
Mm-hmm.
Are you attending school or are you employed?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your work.
I'm a caregiver.
Okay. And where are you a caregiver?
At Arizona Mentor.
How long have you been doing that?
Growing up, I took care of my grandmother, and then at this company for almost a year.
Okay. What I'm trying to establish is your ties to the community. I'm trying to make sure that I believe that you're going to be coming back to Arizona.
I'm going to come back. I
right?
don't want to lose my job.
Okay, and that's why I'm asking these questions. I have to consider about 15 different things when people are released, about how to release them and what conditions to impose. When is your trip over?
I leave this Friday, and I come back on the 9th.
Okay, so you were going to be leaving on the 3rd and coming back on the 9th? Okay, so even if you had some type of delay, you would still make it back to your hearing on the 14th. Okay, I will go ahead and allow that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so just one moment, I have to put it in. Jamaica's not a state, but I think it's okay. So you're going to leave on the 3rd and come back on the 9th?
It's going to be basically the 4th because it's going to be midnight.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to reprint this one, and I'm going to give you till the 10th to come back in case there's some type of airline delays, even though you're saying you're supposed to come back on the 9th. I do know how that happens. So, okay. All right. Did it stick? We are having technology issues today, so not everything I do actually makes it onto the orders.
That's okay.
Yes, it should be number 17 when it prints out. Okay. Okay, if you'd like to have a seat, ma'am, it'll just take a moment to be printed out, but that will be included in your order that you have permission to go on that trip to Jamaica.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Kershwana Lay Yesless, please come to the podium, and then Brian Sowers, have a seat by the door. Okay. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Kershwana Yesless, February 26, 1990.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a new case alleging unlawful flight from law enforcement, which is a Class 5 felony. Also, driving under the influence with .08 or more, reckless driving, and having an open container of liquor in your vehicle, those are all alleged as misdemeanors. This court did find probable cause on these allegations and appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be April 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today under supervised release, but you will have random illegal drug and alcohol testing that you must comply with. When you are released, you'll need to call pretrial services within 72 hours, and then they'll help you set that up, how that works. You are not to have any drugs without a valid prescription or possess or consume any alcohol, marijuana, THC, CBD products without a valid prescription. You may travel outside the county, Maricopa County. I noticed that you might need to go outside the county based on law enforcement report. Just make sure you're back in Maricopa for your court date. Okay, please take your paperwork.
Thank you.
Brian Sowers, please come to the podium. And then Kevante Burnett, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Brian Anthony Sowers, June 6, 1981.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new municipal court case alleging disorderly conduct and assault, which are both misdemeanors. It appears to be a domestic violence matter, and so an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be at the Peoria Municipal Court on April 20th, and that's at 9 in the morning. You are going to be released today on your promise to go to that hearing and to follow the release conditions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, listen to the release conditions.
Thank you.
The release conditions include that you shouldn't have any contact with the alleged
Okay.
victims or witnesses. Also, don't have any weapons, don't possess or consume alcohol,
Okay,
don't have any drugs without a valid prescription.
okay.
That includes marijuana and marijuana products,
Yeah,
okay?
I don't do that.
All right. If an order of protection is issued against you, you must comply with that order.
Okay.
Do you normally live with the alleged victims?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. So there is a note at the bottom that you can disregard because I wasn't sure if you lived with them or not.
Okay.
All right. Please take your paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kevonte Burnett, please come to the podium, and then we'll have the house call. All right. Good morning. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Kevonte Burnett, 10/14/93.
Thank you, sir. So you're here on a little bit different matter. It is a fugitive of justice out of Iowa matter. Before the hearing, you were handed a placard to read. Did you read that placard?
Yeah, a little bit. I still don't understand it all, but yeah.
All right, I'm going to explain what you have here today. So you have a choice to make now, and the choice is you can demand a civil extradition hearing, and at that extradition hearing, you'd have to hire your own attorney because it's civil, but they would decide whether or not a governor's warrant should be issued for your extradition. And if they say yes, then the governors of Iowa and Arizona would have up to 90 days to sign that warrant. I would set the bond for you at $10,000 cash because that's what's on the teletype. And then you would have that hearing on, let me just check what day, April 20th. So you're eligible for release. The bond would be set at $10,000 cash, and your hearing would be on the 20th. Or you can waive that right, and you would be held with no bond for up to 30 days, and those 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you don't have any Arizona cases pending. Maricopa County Sheriff's Office would let Iowa know you're ready to be picked up, and they would have those 30 days to come and pick you up. And if they don't, you would be released. Your warrant is still valid, so you'd still want to take care of that somehow, but you would not be eligible for bond if you waive that hearing. So your choice is demand the hearing or waive the hearing. What would you like to do, sir?
I mean, they're both going to work not again in my favor at all, so I guess I'm going to have to demand.
Okay, you're going to demand a hearing. That's fine. All right. So what I will do is you are bailable as a matter of right, and the bail is set at $10,000 because that is what they were requesting on their warrant. That's okay because we're not waiving. So that's okay. If you have Arizona local cases pending, that 30 days doesn't start until after they're resolved. So that's good that you're not waiving. Okay. Save. Sign. All right. So you are going to have a hearing April 20th. It's a fugitive of justice hearing. It's at 1:30 in the afternoon downtown Phoenix. If you're able to post your bond, which is a cash-only appearance bond, make sure you go to that hearing. And if you want an attorney, you'll have to hire one for yourself because it's a civil proceeding, extradition is. So I can't appoint one for you.
But I'd be able to represent myself.
You can, absolutely, yes. And then at that hearing is where they'll decide if that governor's warrant should be issued. And if they decide that it should be issued, they will also determine if you can remain out on bond or if they're going to hold you while they wait. But that will be determined then on the 20th. Please make sure you go to that hearing. If you fail to go to that hearing, they can issue a warrant for your arrest, even though it's a civil hearing. I just want to make sure you know that. Okay. All right, you'll get your paperwork in just a minute. Please have a seat. Okay, we do have one house call today, and that is Sansaria Pierce, date of birth 1/23/1979. She is being combative. She's here today because of a new case alleging aggravated assault, class 4 felony on first responders, resisting arrest with physical force, class 6 felony, assault and disorderly conduct alleged as misdemeanors. An attorney has been appointed to assist her, and her next hearing is April 6th at 8:30 in the morning. She is eligible for release under a $2,500 secured appearance bond with drug and alcohol testing, electronic monitoring, and the condition she must comply with all directives of the Arizona Department of Child Safety. Her other conditions include not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, not to have contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants, not to have contact with minors, and again, she must comply with any DCS directive. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs, including marijuana, THC, CBD, and any type of simulated weapons as well. I will explain this to her. If there are any changes, they'll be reflected in the written order. It is not my intention to return to this recording, and so the 5 a.m. initial appearance hearing calendar is now in recess until 8 a.m. No. Okay. Make sure.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 8 a.m. calendar on March 30th, 2026. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders remain in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you will be assigned an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel, so I can't answer legal questions for you, so please save those types of questions for your attorney. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates and different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and save it. Don't lose it. If you end up missing a court date or you don't follow a written court order, you could just end up back here. When it comes to those release conditions, when I see you in court, I'm only going to tell you about some of them, not every single one of them. For a complete list of all your release conditions, please refer to your paperwork. Here's how the morning's going to go. I'm going to call 2 names. First name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is finished. I'm now going to read the victim's rights advisement. If you're the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you're advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present in court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes the decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Could I please get Aiden Cepeda to the podium, Francisco Lopez to the chair, please? Could I please get appearances starting with the state?
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Could I have your full name and date of birth?
Aiden Zepeda, June 4, 2002.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on the Superior Court new case. Before we proceed, does the state have a couple motions?
Yes, Your Honor. Initially, the state would ask to seal the Form 4. There is still an ongoing investigation, and there is a second suspect who is still outstanding. The state is also requesting to, I guess I'll use the word seal, but to stop the live stream for Mr. Zepeda's court appearance this morning for the same reason. The state is concerned that if the additional suspect becomes aware of Mr. Zepeda's arrest, that he may attempt to flee.
Thank you. Upon motion by the state, good cause appearing at this time, it is ordered sealing the Form 4 and is also ordered sealing the initial appearance live feed in this matter, and this matter only as to the live feed. Just to clarify, you sealed or stopped?
I'm asking for it to be stopped so that it is not being live streamed in real time.
Okay. It's ordered stopping the IA live feed. County Council. Next court dates are April 14 and 16 in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon his promise to appear, he'll be on supervised release, alcohol and drug testing and monitoring, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting with these individuals back at the cell, if I'm to make any changes to these release conditions, I'll come back on the record to make those changes. LaShawna Watson to the podium. Mike Yalmerson to the chair, please.
Hello.
Hi, name and date of birth, please.
LaShawna Watson, August 25th, 2001.
Thank you. You're here today on a fugitive of justice warrant. That's another fancy term for an extradition warrant. So at this time, actually it appears that the state of Arkansas would like you back. So did the deputies give you a big white card to read? And I need to hear yes or no.
Yes,
And did you have a chance to read that card?
I did.
Did you understand what was on that card?
Kind of, sort of, yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm here for, so here's what's going to happen. Ma'am, if you do nothing else today, you have an extradition hearing that's currently set for April 20th in the Downtown Superior Court. You currently have a $15,000 cash bond through the state of Arkansas. Basically, your choice is you can choose to have that hearing. If you choose to have that hearing and lose that hearing, you're going to be extradited back to Arkansas. That whole process takes 60 to 90 days after that April 20th hearing.
Okay.
Other option you have is you can choose to waive that hearing or give up that hearing and just agree to go back to Arkansas. If you choose to do that, that $15,000 cash bond goes away and you're held non-bondable. That means no amount of money gets you out, but in exchange for that, the state of Arkansas has 30 days to come get you starting from today's date, and if they don't come get you, you would be released. Do you kind of understand those two broad options?
Yes, I do.
Okay. At this point, do you have an idea of what you'd like to do? And let me preface that with, for some people, they really can't decide just because they're just not sure, because the decision is, they're kind of 50-50 on the decision. Typically in those cases, I will have them have their hearing just because there's some fundamental rights attached to that extradition hearing, and I don't want them giving up those rights if they don't completely understand what's going on. So at this point, do you have an idea of what you'd like to do?
I kind of want to, I don't know, because either way, I got a question. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, so I was down here to get my baby from his dad, who kidnapped him for 4 months, right?
So
my whole point is I have court coming up with that. How am they're going to take full custody of my baby if I'm not there. How do I do that? I haven't even turned in the papers.
So when is your next court date on that?
I haven't even turned in the papers. I just got served over the phone by my child's father.
Gotcha. If you are still in custody, and it's a civil matter, correct? It's a family court case?
And it's out here. He's out here. That's why I'm out here. I came from Arkansas.
Understood. So this is my understanding because I don't do family court, so I can't guarantee this 100%. If you are still in custody in state here, they should transport you for that hearing if you're still here. But what sounds like though is you don't know when that hearing is going to be at this point for the family
I
court.
don't know at all.
Right.
I just know I got 2 more weeks to send it in or something because I know they said 20 days from then.
So here's the thing. While you're in custody, you're not going to be able to handle any paperwork or anything like that, most likely. And so, okay. So here's the thing. If you choose to waive that hearing, Arkansas will have 30 days to come get you. If they come get you within those 30 days, it sounds like you might not be able to show up for your family court case. On the other hand, if they don't come get you within 30 days, you would be released and you can handle whatever you need to handle. On the other end, if you choose to have your extradition hearing, that's not until April 20th. That's almost a month out. Plus, if you lose that hearing, you'll have an extra 60 to 90 days for Arkansas to come get you. So it sounds like that option might give you a little more time to handle the family court case.
Going to Arkansas? Or staying here?
For staying here. It sounds like you'll have a little bit more time because
I know he sent it 2 weeks ago, I think, so I don't know. They said 20 days.
All right.
But, yeah.
So
I'm most likely going to have to stay here.
Okay. All right. So ma'am, yeah, it sounds like you're You're on the fence, especially because you have that complication of the family court matter. So here's what I'm going to do. So, ma'am, I'm going to affirm that April 20th extradition hearing so that you can have a full hearing. You don't have to give up any of the fundamental rights of that extradition hearing. Plus, hope maybe that'll give you more time to handle the family court stuff that's going on. Because if you end up losing that April 20th hearing, you'll have an extra 60 to 90 days after that, too, to keep on handling any family court stuff. Okay, ma'am? So at this time, I will be affirming Ms. Watson's April 20th extradition hearing. I'm finding that she is not waiving her right. I'm affirming the $15,000 cash bond. Ma'am, if you're able to post that bond, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay.
Any last questions for me?
No.
Okay. If you want to wait there for a second, you're going to get some paperwork for you, okay?
So if I'm able to post bond, I'm not able to leave the state?
Correct. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Why don't you step to your left?
Thank you.
Mike Elmerson to the podium, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Mike Winfield Halmerson, 6/28/97.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name.
It's okay.
Sir, you're here today on a fugitive of justice warrant and a Superior Court new case. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony. Sir, today I'm not finding probable cause on that case. But just because I don't find probable cause today doesn't mean that the prosecutor's office can't find it at a later time. So I don't want you to think that this case is necessarily going to go away forever. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
And so just because this case isn't necessarily going to go away, I am going to assign you an attorney, and you are going to have court dates. Your next court dates are April 14 and 16 in the downtown Superior Court.
And that's here in...
That's here in Arizona, here in downtown Maricopa County. Sir, do you promise to appear on April 14 and 16 in the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they could issue a warrant for your arrest? Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. So as to this case only, your new case, you are released. But sir, you have this other fugitive of justice.
Does it say what that's for? Because I don't know what it's
for the state of Colorado. So this appears the state of Colorado would like you back. All right.
It's a felony or is it misdemeanor?
It's a felony.
Okay.
All right. So, sir, did you kind of overhear what I was telling the other?
Did.
All right. So, sir, if nothing else happens today, you will have your fugitive of justice hearing, your extradition hearing on April 20th in the downtown Superior Court, because your other court date was April 14 and 16. Here's the thing, though, sir. This is the complication in your case. You have possible pending charges going on here in the state of Arizona. Did you overhear the timelines that I told the other individual? Yeah. What happens for you is this, though. Let's say you choose to waive your hearing, and the state of Colorado will have 30 days to come get you. That 30 days doesn't run until all your court cases here in Maricopa County are done, and so everything is pushed back.
So it's better. So
typically,
I would like a hearing for the.
So typically in this case I cannot tell you what to do, but I can tell you what typically happens. What typically happens in cases like this for individuals that have cases going on here in Arizona, they typically have their hearing just because they have other stuff going on. I do need to let you know you have a $15,000 cash bond through the
So
state of
if I were able to bond, that would be $1,500?
No, it's a $15,000 full cash bond.
Okay.
So, sir, it sounds like you'd like to have your hearing and work out both your cases here in Arizona. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to be affirming the April 20th fugitive of justice hearing here in Maricopa County. I am affirming the $15,000 cash bond. Sir, if you're able to post that bond, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
So when is the hearing? Is on April 20th?
April 20th.
So I'm here for a month regardless, pretty much?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. If you want to wait right there for 1 second, sir, you can have some paperwork printed out for you. Any last questions for me?
No.
All right. Thank you. This will conclude the 8 a.m. calendar.
I'm appearing for court. Could you please mute yourself? On a phone, just dial, is you the victim appearing for court? Yes, please mute yourself until your case is called. Dial *6, and then you can dial *6 again to unmute yourself.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you, sir?
Great, Officer Horn. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. We ready to get it rolling?
Yeah. Hey, do we have somebody from pretrial services on? James, are you from pretrial services? Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, Abigail is, Abigail, you're pretrial services, right?
Your Honor, you want me to go see who's on in there?
I'm just missing
Sorry,
two.
Your Honor. Oh,
Hey,
no,
Abigail.
I'm from the county attorney's office, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm newer, so.
Great. Officer, I'm just missing two reports. I don't know if they can concerned. I'll get to it when I get to it. But yeah, let's begin, Officer Horn.
Okay.
It is Crystal. Yeah, it's usually Crystal. You're probably waiting for the felonies, perhaps.
I don't need it, but.
Your name, please, sir.
Philip Dabney.
Mr. Dabney, this is the time set for initial appearance. You are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. Sir, I'm seeing you on charges of failing to appear for a shoplifting case. And I also understand you're currently in the Pima County Jail on other charges. I'm going to hold you, sir, on a $500 cash or secured bond set in court for March 31st in front of Judge Miller. That's in Pima County Justice Court, in order you not to return to any incident location where you've been alleged to have shoplifted. And I'm going to appoint William Parvin to represent you on this case. All right, sir?
Thank you.
Sir, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am. All right. All the way from 2:30. Sorry. Let me check. Yes. You come out and. Nope.
Good morning, ma'am. Give me 1 second, okay? Officer Horn, are we letting in all the misdemeanors, sir?
Everything but one, Keep Separate, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are all here for your initial appearances. We're going to go over your charges as well as your conditions of release. Before we do that, let me give you all some information. You are all presumed innocent. You all have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. In some instances, the court might be appointing you an attorney. However, you always have the right to hire your own attorney. If you're here in a city court case, this is also your arraignment. I'll let you know if you're here on one of those cases. If you are not guilty on your behalf, know also that if you fail to appear at a future hearing, a warrant can issue for your arrest and trial can go forward in your absence. If you're convicted at trial and don't appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. Ma'am, are you Victoria Gadish?
Correct.
I do not know what's going on here. I keep on losing my screens. Like I see nothing in the cameras in front of me. I can see Ms. Kiddush there. I don't know if that let's see if it keeps on happening. All right. Ma'am, I am seeing you on one charge of domestic violence assault. I also understand that the alleged victim is present on the phone. Did you wish to be heard, sir?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Could you please state your name and then tell me what you'd like the court to understand?
Yeah, Liam Rosbeck.
Right, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is nothing more than me they're just called the non-emergency line. We have like almost a year and a half without it together, and then a 4-month-old son. Their mom, she makes the house go around. So it seems to be this is nothing more than just an argument after the kids were asleep. We should have just both went to bed. So this isn't something that'll happen again. I need her here to help me take care of the babies. So.
Ma'am, I'm gonna order you released on your promise to go to court. You're gonna have court April 2nd at 8:30 a.m. in Green Valley Justice Court. I will allow you to return home and to have contact with the alleged victim and your children. You're excused, ma'am.
Keeler, down
Thank
steps, to the police.
Your name, please.
Christian Keeler.
Mr. Keeler, I'm seeing you on charges. Give me 1 second. Oh, I'm failing to appear for charges of possession of paraphernalia. Sir, I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear again. That didn't work the first time apparently, but let's try it again, all right? So, listen, man, you gotta go to court April 9th. If you don't go to court, there's gonna be another warrant issued for your arrest, and this is gonna keep happening. April 9th, 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge Foster, Pima County Justice Court. Understood, sir?
Okay.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you.
Russell,
Your name, please?
Alexis Russell.
All right, Ms. Russell, I'm seeing you in charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence assault, domestic violence preventing the use of a telephone during an emergency.
go ahead. 44.
Ma'am, I cannot give you permission to have contact with the alleged victim in this case, Mr. Wright. Do you have any other place to live?
I do have another place that I could live. One question, if there's previous, like co-parenting orders in place, how is that going to, work out?
So you have a current divorce case or SP case?
We were never married. It was just a co-parenting,
Was that in
case.
Superior Court?
Yes,
No, I'm not ordering you to have no contact with your child.
he's only 3, so I'm not really sure
Not ordering
how
you
that's
to
going.
contact with your child. I'm ordering you to have no contact with Mr. Wright. Does the co-parenting, you two were living together. Does the co-parenting plan split custody?
Yes, essentially, he's the only other one that I would be able to contact in regards to, picking my son up or dropping him off or anything like that.
1 second.
I can always, ask for my sister to reach out to him and in my place for transport purposes
Here,
for the child.
thank you.
But
You allow contact, not return to that residence or his workplace If you have somewhere else to go, you said you did?
Yes.
So you can't go back to where you were living. Do you have property there that you need?
Yes, all of my stuff, essentially my clothes, literally everything I own is there.
I'll allow you to return with a police escort to pick up your belongings. I'm going to set court, ma'am, on March 30th. Sorry, set court on April 29th. My mistake, at 10 a.m. I'm going to release you, ma'am, on your promise to go to Marana City Court on April 29th at 10 a.m.
I will.
I will allow contact with Mr. Wright. You just can't live there with him anymore, at least for the time being. Okay, ma'am?
Okay.
All right, ma'am. You're excused.
Thank you.
Leonardo Villa.
Morning.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Leonardo Alambia.
All right, Mr. Villa. I'm seeing you on one charge of domestic violence, assaulted conduct, one charge of domestic violence, criminal damage, charge of domestic violence assault, and another charge of domestic violence assault. Sir, I'm gonna order you held on a $500 cash or secured bond, set court for tomorrow, March 31st at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Miller, Pima County Justice Court. I'm gonna appoint William Parvin to represent you. Order no contact with the alleged victims in this case. You may not go to their residence or their workplace, sir. Understood?
I understand.
Okay, your excuse.
Villarruya.
Your name, please.
Daniel Villarruya.
All right, Mr. Villarreal. I'm seeing you on charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence. Sir, I'm gonna release you. I'm gonna release you, sir, on your promise to appear at court. You're gonna have court on April 9th in front of Judge Foster. That's Pima County Justice Court. Understood, sir?
Yes, sir.
You're excused.
Paras.
Hi,
Your name, please, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what?
Name, please.
Andrea Pauline Barraza. I don't see very good.
Okay. All right, Ms. Barraza, I am seeing you on multiple city court charges. So to begin, I'm gonna enter pleas of not guilty on these cases. I'm seeing you on failing to appear for charges including reckless burning, possession of paraphernalia, criminal trespass and shoplifting, as well as it looks like new charges,
What charges?
criminal trespassing, reckless burning, criminal damage, and shoplifting.
Reckless burning of what?
So the interim complaint, the information I have says that you were standing over a large fire, that you often set fire in this location, that TFD responded and to put out approximately 400 yards of fire. Extensive amounts of foliage were burned. A fire torch was located on Ms. Barraza's person and paraphernalia.
That's a lie.
On her person as well.
That's a fucking straight up lie.
So, ma'am, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash bond, order you not to return to the incident location, appoint the city PD to represent
Yeah, all of you.
that court for April 7th at 1
Send me to prison. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want to do.
Well, I can't do that, ma'am, but I will set court on April 7th, and I have appointed you an attorney to assist you in this case. And to please plead not guilty, ma'am, and you're excused.
You're not my God. Can't judge me.
Your name, please?
Jose Roberto Castañeda.
Castaneda, I'm seeing you on charges of criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and harassment, all domestic violence offenses. Sir, If I ordered you not to have contact with the alleged victim and not to go to her residence, will you comply?
I will.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna order you released on your promise to appear at court. You're gonna have court on May 5th at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Million. No contact with the victim. Do not go to her residence or workplace. Sir, this is effectively an order of protection or a no contact order, okay? If you have any contact with the alleged victim in this case, regardless of your innocence or guilt on these charges, if you have any contact with her, that could be a new criminal offense, all right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Enter pleas of not guilty, sir, and you're excused.
Thank you.
Your name, please?
Julian Thomas Schmedding.
Mr. Fitting, I have you on a number of city court charges. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on all these charges. I'm going to consolidate CM 26008192, CM 26008207, CM 26008210, 26008228, 26008229, all with this new charge, sir, of CM 2601274. Sir, I'm going to order no contact with the alleged victims in this case. You may not go to any of the alleged victims' residence or workplaces. I'm going to appoint the city PD to represent you, sir, and hold you on a $1,000 cash or secured bond. Your court date, sir, will be April 8th at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Million.
Your Honor, can I say a couple of things, if you don't mind, sir?
No, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. I have a lot of information in front of me, which means I'm going to hold you on this bond regardless of what you say, but you can speak.
Okay, I was just gonna ask about just the no contact order, because I did file a motion to modify conditions of release because me and my fiance share 3 kids and she's pregnant with twins right now. And besides her, I'm the only other one that actually takes care of them. And that's kind of how we do. I mean, we don't really have anybody else that helps us with that, Your Honor. And I know the majority of some of these charges came from something that stemmed from a suicide attempt I had about a year ago almost.
So I'm not going to reconsider this right now, but you're going to see Judge Million on April 8th. I imagine she's the one who you filed the motion in front of. It's all city court cases. If you need the Superior Court involved in a parenting plan or custody issues, there's always the ability to file what's called an SP case, a special paternity action, to get the court involved in what custody and parenting plans look like. And Judge Million can certainly reconsider my no contact order, sir.
Okay.
Your excuse, sir. Your name, please?
Amanda Yax.
With the action, continue on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. Ma'am, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at court. You're going to have court on April 9th at 10:30 a.m. in front of Judge Foster. And with that, ma'am, you are excused.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Oh, yeah.
No. Hold on. Haro. You're next. Yes, and then Haro? Yeah, Haro, and then he did. He switched them. He did. No, it's you gotta. I mean, the next week, so something.
Hey, Gio, do we have an attorney yet for Mr. Haro and the other felonies?
One moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's the word. I'm agree about which area.
Give me 1 minute, Mr. Haro. We want to make sure you have an attorney there if we have an attorney for you.
He's on his way, Your Honor. You don't. Are you interested? I've already advised you. Thank you. The truth. So what do you like? You need that, don't we? Put that off in there.
Morning, Mr. Mosley.
Morning, Your Honor.
You again. All right, Mr. Haro, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will be appointing the legal defender's office to represent you on these charges, sir. Before I go over your conditions of release, know that I've reviewed information from law enforcement, from pretrial services, and I'll take arguments from both the prosecutor who's appearing via Microsoft Teams, as well as your attorney who's sitting right next to you right now. Mr. Haro, I have you on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. Unfortunately, it looks like you are detained without bond because of a sentencing case that you failed to appear on in Superior Court. The state's asking for a $2,500 bond, Mr. Mosley. I think that's a fair request given the FTA on the sentencing case and given he's being held without bond anyway. Did you want to be heard though, sir?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Haro, the state's also asking that I set a STEPS screening. Have you heard of the STEPS program, sir?
No.
All right. The STEPS program is effectively a diversion program. It allows the state to dismiss charges before you've been indicted, provided you do treatment and counseling that's required by the courthouse. Are you interested in doing that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be eligible, sir. The screening is going to be set for April 6th. I don't know if the jail is going to transport you to that screening, given that you're going to be held on this bond. If you do post this bond, actually, I'd suggest you not, only because you will not be released even if you do post this bond. If the jail wakes you up to go to court on April 6th, I would suggest you do that. That would be your screening for your STEPS court. Otherwise, sir, you've got a preliminary hearing on April 9th. That court date's unlikely to go. Please speak to your attorney about what to expect over the next couple of weeks. And you can even speak to them, sir, regarding that STEPS screening that I said, all right?
All right.
All right, sir. You're excused. Honestly, do you have the other one? That's fine.
All the way. All down. Lighting. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am. Can you name your London bias, ma'am?
Yes.
Give me 1 minute so that everyone can come into the courtroom, okay? Officer Horn, is that everybody except for the Aho case, of course?
That is all except for two that are in rooms, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all here for your initial appearances on new felony charges. You may also have city court or justice court charges as well. I'll let you know if you do. You are all presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. If you're here on a felony case, I'll be appointing you an attorney, and you have an attorney sitting next to you right now to assist you in these proceedings. Mr. Mosley will be helping you out. The state's represented by Miss Abigail Boyer. I'm sorry, Abigail. She's present over Teams. Before I go over your conditions of releasing your charges, know that I've reviewed information from law enforcement as well as pretrial services, and I'll be taking arguments from both your attorney and from the state. Ms. Baez, I'm seeing you on two different cases, a felony case and a misdemeanor case. The felony case, ma'am, is for organized retail theft, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a prescription drug without a valid prescription. The state's asking for a $1,000 bond. Ms. Boyer, my inclination was actually to release Ms. Baez to pretrial services. Did you wish to be heard though, ma'am?
No, Your Honor, that's okay. Thank you.
Ms. Baez, on this felony case, I'm going to order you released to pretrial services. You've got to do whatever monitoring or treatment they direct you to do. Understand, sir? Understand, ma'am?
Yes.
I order you not to go to any incident location where you're alleged to have conducted any shoplifting. I'm going to appoint the LD's office to represent you. Set court for April 20th at 1:30 p.m. Ma'am, that court date is unlikely to go, so please speak to your attorney about why I've set that court date and what to expect. On your misdemeanor case, ma'am, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear with orders not to go to any incident location where you're alleged to have shoplifted. This is a shoplifting charge. Your court date, ma'am, is going to be April 9th in front of Judge Garza. That's in Pima County Justice Court. That court date will go. It's at 8:30 a.m., ma'am. You have to go to Pima County Justice Court at 8:30 a.m. on April 9th. Otherwise, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. Understood? All right, ma'am. With that information, you're excused.
It's a court case. Justice Court. Cervantes, you're gonna be next.
Your name, please.
Edward Cervantes.
Cervantes, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of a dangerous drug for sale times 2 counts of possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia, weapons misconduct, sir. The state's asking for a $2,000 bond. My inclination for both counsel was significantly higher. So let me hear from you, Ms. Boyer, first, if you wanted to ask for a different bond.
Yes, Your Honor. If I could just have one moment to pull. Your Honor, the state would be asking for a $25,000 bond, Your Honor, based on criminal history and the nature of the offense and use of a firearm.
And Mr. Mosley, that was my inclination before I heard that lawyer. But please, sir, let me hear your argument.
Your Honor, we're asking for a bond of no more than $5,500. He does have residence available with family members, and I don't see any indication that there is a hold on him.
Yes, I don't see a hold either, Mr. Mosley. Mr. Cervantes, given the information though in the interim complaint, given the allegation that you were on probation at the time, I am gonna go with my initial inclination of a $25,000 bond. That's cash secured, sir. Your next court date, sir, is gonna be April 9th at 1:30 p.m. I'm gonna appoint the PD's office to represent you in that matter, sir. That court date is unlikely to go, so please speak to your attorney about why I've set that court date and what to expect, sir. Your excuse, sir.
Comments?
Your name, please.
Rushing Combs.
All right, Mr. Coleman, I'm seeing you on charges of burglary in the 3rd degree, misconduct involving weapons, and aggravated assault on a police officer.
Oh my God, that.
So, sir, you are presumed innocent. You've got the right to remain silent. Don't speak to me, sir. Talk to your attorney before you say anything out loud, all right?
But just forward or something. Outside there. It's a new case here. He's got a chair to 34.
We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Mr. Coleman, the state's asking for a $7,500 bond. Mr. Mosley, did you want to be heard?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider pretrial services release in the alternative a bond of no more than $1,100.
All right. Mr. Coleman, I'm gonna go with the state's recommendation of $7,500 cash is secured, no contact with the alleged victims. Your next court date, sir, is April 9th at 1:30 PM. I'm gonna appoint the PD's officer to represent you. And with that, sir, you're excused.
Released.
You're not being released, sir. Not unless you post it. Your name, please, sir.
Vincent Furtado.
Furtado, I'm seeing you on, looks like 4 different cases out of 3 different courthouses, unfortunately.
Sure, what's name?
Furtado.
Furtado? All right. Sir, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of paraphernalia, and theft. Those are the felony charges. I also see, sir, that I have you on a failure to appear paraphernalia charge, a failure to appear for a shoplifting charge, and a failure to appear for another paraphernalia charge at a city court. Sir, quite frankly, these would generally be cases that I would probably, actually, hold on here. My biggest concern, sir, is the amount of failure to appears out of different courthouses. And then law enforcement, Mr. Mosley, is also asking that I hold Mr. Furtado on a high bond. They're alleging that he has multiple allegations of theft from Circle K and that he has attempted to flee knowing about these charges. So they're asking me to place a high bond on him. The state's asking for a $5,000 bond. That's a fair request. Mr. Mosley, did you want to be heard further, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Due to the nature of the charges, we're asking the court to consider pretrial release in the alternative a bond of no more than $1,100.
Sir, I am going to go with the state's request of $5,000. I think that's fair given the allegations and given the amount of failure to appears you have. I'm going to set that court date, sir, of April 9th at 1:30 PM. Order you not to go to any incident location where you've alleged to have shoplifted, and appoint a PD's office to assist you in your felony cases, sir. On your justice court cases, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash or secured bond. Set court on March 31st, that's tomorrow, in front of Judge Miller. I'm going to appoint William Parvin to represent you on those cases, sir.
And what's the time on that hearing, Your Honor?
It's 1 PM, Kurt.
Oh, thank you.
Sir, on the city court case, I'm actually going to release you, not because I think you're going to be released, sir, although you could be. However, I'm going to release you and then set a non-transport review hearing and appoint the city PD. You have a lot of charges, sir. I'm going to let the city PD handle your city court case, ideally without your presence, sir. All right. So if you do post those bonds and you do get out of jail, you'll need to go to court on April 17th at 9:30 AM. However, if you're still in custody, you will not be transported. City PD will handle these charges, and then they'll tell you what has happened with this case. All right, sir? I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf on the city court case, sir. And with all of that, you're excused.
Gribble?
Name, please, sir.
Evan Gribble?
Mr. Gribble, I'm putting you on charges of weapons misconduct and being a prohibited possessor. State's asking for a $5,000 bond. Sir, I also have you on some city court charges. For failing to appear on a criminal trespass charge. Sorry, failing to appear on 2 criminal trespass charges, sir. Mr. Mosley, did you want to be heard regarding conditions of release on the felony case?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a bond of no more than $3,300 if the court is not inclined to pretrial release.
Mr. Gribble, I think it's a fair request. I'll hold you on a $3,300 bond, cash secured. Appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir. Your court date is going to be April 9th at 1:30 p.m. On the city court charges, sir, I'm going to release you to set a non-transport review hearing. That's going to be on April 17th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Klotz. Sir, if you're out of custody, you should go to that. If you're not out of custody, you won't be transported, and the city PD, sir, will represent your interests at that hearing. All right, sir?
All right.
Just plead of not guilty on your behalf on the city court case, sir. And with that, you're excused.
Thank you. Jacoby? This way, sir. This way.
Thanks. Your name, please, sir?
Mazzy Jacoby.
Jacoby, I'm seeing you're in charge of the possession of a dangerous drug. Give me 1 second, sir.
This case for me. I did call my.
It looks like, Mr. Moses, all right. It looks like he's being held without bond on CR 202555584.
I believe that's correct, Your Honor.
My inclination then, sir, would just be to hold you on a $1,000 bond. Even if you post that bond, you will not be released, sir, because of that no bond hold on the other case. Ms. Boyer, do you want to be heard? I know that's higher than your recommendation. Or lower, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, Your Honor.
Sure, sure.
All right, Mr. Jacoby, I'm going to hold you on that $1,000 cash or secured bond, set court for April 9th at 1:30 p.m. and appoint the PD's office to represent you in this matter, sir. It should be the same attorney you currently have, as Kurt was just asking you about. I don't know what the PD's office will do, sir, but that's likely to be the case. All right, sir. With that, sir, you're excused.
Thomas Lopez. Oh, yeah.
Name, please, sir.
Thomas Abraham Lopez.
Continue in charges of endangerment, criminal damage, 2 counts of possession of a narcotic drug, and 1 count of misconduct involving weapons. State's asking for a $10,000 bond, sir. That's my inclination, given the information in the interim complaint, given the allegations of felony flight after a serious injury and the amount of alcohol that's alleged to have been in his system, my initial inclination to both counsel was a $3,500 cash or secured bond. Sorry, $35,000 cash or secured bond. I misspoke. Ms. Boyer, do you want to be heard first, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, the state, if that is your inclination, the state would, does not need to be heard on this then.
Mr. Mosley, though. Go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, we're asking for a bond of no more than $5,500. Other than this incident, he has no significant criminal history at all.
All right, I might have been too abrupt with my initial inclination. I'll do a $10,000 cash or secured bond. Sir, no contact with any of the alleged victims. You're going to have court on April 9th at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you. Please speak to your attorney about what to expect in the next couple of weeks. Sir, if you do post bond, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You'll do whatever monitoring or treatment they require. Understood, sir? All right, sir, you're excused.
Lawrenson? You want to Lawrenson? Oh,
Your name, please, ma'am?
Crystal Lorenzen?
Lawrence, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of narcotic drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. Ma'am, have you heard of the STEPS screening, the STEPS court cases?
I've heard of it, yes.
Are you interested in seeing if you could qualify for that, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right. Ma'am, this is asking that I hold you on a $500 bond. Ms. Boyer, my inclination then is to release Ms. Lorenzen to pretrial services with a STEPS screening of April 6th and a PH date per waive time,
Yes, Your Honor.
May 14th. Ms. Boyer, do you want to be heard further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm done.
Ms. Lorenzen, how does that sound to you? Has a STEPS screening?
That sounds ideal.
All right, ma'am, you've got a preliminary hearing date of May 14th. Don't worry about that date. I'm going to appoint the LD's office to represent you. The date you've got to put yourself with or focus on is April 6th. If you don't go to Pima County Superior Court on April 6th at 9 a.m., you will not be considered a good candidate for the STEPS diversion program, and the state of Arizona will treat this as a class 4 felony. Understood?
Understood.
I'm going to order you released to pretrial services, ma'am. And with that, you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Your name, please, sir?
Jonathan Mandich.
Mr. Manditz, before we begin, Mr. Mosley, Mr. Blair, prior to this case, I spoke to an officer here, and he added more information to the interim complaint. He added the security guard on scene spoke to the suspected driver and was able to identify the defendant as the driver who fled. The suspect attempted to call his car in as stolen. That was more information on the complaint. State's asking for, the target causing an accident involving death or serious physical injury. State's asking for a $5,000 bond. I think given the charges, that's a fair request. Mr. Mosley, did you want to be heard, sir?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Sir, I'm going to hold you on a $5,000 cash or secured bond. Order no contact with the alleged victim. Your next court date, sir, will be April 9th at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go, sir. So please speak to your attorney regarding your next court date. I will also, if you do post bond, sir, you'll be released to treatment, sir, that they require. Understood? Yes, sir. You're excused.
And, Your Honor, which office was appointed to represent this man?
It said PD. Let's say let me check. That was, yeah. It was PD, Kurt.
Okay, thank you.
Monroe? Yes, sir. Come on up.
Your name, please?
William Monroe.
All right, sir, give me 1 second here. Sir, I'm seeing you on a warrant. No, I'm seeing you, sir, on charges for CR 20256019, charges of criminal damage. The state's asking that I honor Judge Monroe's request for a $5,000 bond. Give me 1 second to review what pretrial said. given that Mr. Monroe was released to pretrial services and did still fail to appear at court, I'm inclined to honor Judge Monroe's request for a $5,000 bond. Mr. Mosley, do you want to be heard, sir?
Your Honor, we'd ask for an $1,100 bond on this matter. He does have some employable skills, and it's possible that he could return to work.
All right. Mr. Monroe, I'm going to honor Mr. I'm going to honor
with the VA.
I'm going to honor Judge Monroe's request for a $5,000 bond.
And Your Honor, just for the record, he is retired. He has services through the VA, and they could help him deal with his issues. That's why we'd be asking for the $1,100 bond.
All right. Sir, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to set an arraignment, sir, for April 6th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you. You can further litigate the bond that I just set at a future hearing, sir, whether that be at your arraignment or a future court date after your arraignment. But with the information in front of me right now, sir, I am going to honor Judge Monroe's request for that $5,000 bond. And with that, sir, you're excused.
Public Defender's Office, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, is that the PD's office?
It is, Kurt. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Michael Moreno.
Just because I missed on the 10th. So just because I missed on the 10th, they just told me I just disordered it was be on 10. Well, he said you're going for $5,000 today. I don't even indigent. I don't have any of that money. That's all he called. They can file a motion to find these conditions.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Your name, please, sir.
Michael Moreno.
Mr. Moreno, I'm seeing you on two different matters. I'm seeing you on a felony case for aggravated DUI. I'm also seeing you on a Tucson City Court case for a probation violation for misdemeanor DUI. On the felony DUI, sir, the state's asking for a $5,000 bond. Mr. Mosley, did you want to be heard, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to consider pretrial release. Mr. Monroe does have employable skills. He also has a residence with family. In the alternative, we're asking for a bond of no more than $1,100.
All right. Mr. Moreno, I'm going to hold you on a $2,500 cash or secured bond. I'm going to appoint the PD's officer to represent you. Your next court date, sir, is going to be April 9th at 1:30 p.m. That court date's unlikely to go, sir, so please speak to your attorney about what to expect in the next couple of weeks. On your city court case, sir, 1 minute to review this. So the city has filed a petition to revoke your probation. They've indicated they have reasonable cause to believe that you have failed to submit proof of DUI screening and treatment. I'm going to deny all allegations at this time. I'm going to appoint the city PD's office to represent you. And on this case, sir, I'm gonna hold you on a $1,000 cash or secured bond. Set court for April 7th at 1:45 p.m. That will be in front of Judge Albon, sir. And with that, sir, you're excused.
It's $8,000 bond, so it's 35.
Nichols? Gary Nichols?
Your name, please, ma'am.
Harry Nichols.
Right. Ms. Nichols, I'm seeing you on charges of unlawful possession of a narcotic drug. Ma'am, have you heard of the STEPS program?
I'm sorry, I have not. Briefly, the
Briefly now?
attorney,
Okay.
yeah, mentioned them earlier.
And knowing the little bit you know about it, are you interested in learning more about it, ma'am?
Absolutely.
I'm going to set a STEPS screening for April 6th at 9 a.m. Hurt you waive time again?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to release you, ma'am, to pretrial services. Do whatever monitoring or treatment they require. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you. You'll have a preliminary hearing date, ma'am, of May 14th. Don't worry about that court date. The only court date for you to concern yourself with right now is that STEPS screening on April 6th at 9 a.m. If you don't go to that screening, you will not be considered for the STEPS program, this diversion program, and this will simply be treated as a class 4 felony. All right? The diversion program, ma'am, allows that if you do certain conditions that court requires, the state of Arizona will dismiss this charge against you. All right, ma'am. You're excused, ma'am.
Oops.
Your name, please?
Thank you. Andrea Marie Phillips.
All right, Ms. Phillips, I'm seeing you on 3 counts of reckless display of a firearm. The state's asking for a $500 bond. My inclination, counsel, was to release Ms. Phillips to pretrial services. Ms. Board, did you want to be heard further, though?
No, Your Honor, that's okay. Thank you.
Ms. Phillips, I will release you to pretrial services. I'm going to order that you not possess any firearms or weapons, that you surrender any firearms to TPD or PCSO within 24 hours of your release. You have no contact, ma'am, with the alleged victims in this case. I'm going to set your preliminary hearing for April 20th at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Superior Court. Ma'am, that court date is unlikely to go. So please talk to your attorney about what to expect over these next few weeks. And that attorney, ma'am, will be the PD's office. Understood, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. You're excused.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ashley Randolph?
Your name, please, ma'am.
Ashley Yvonne Randall.
All right, Ms. Randolph, I'm seeing you on charges of organized retail theft, burglary in the 3rd degree, and possession of burglary tools. The state's asking for a $2,500 bond. Give me 1 second, ma'am. Ms. Boyer, my inclination was to release Ms. Randolph to pretrial services. Did you want to be heard?
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Randolph, the state's asking for a $2,500 bond. My inclination, though, is to release you to pretrial services. I'm going to do that. They have no contact with the alleged victims in this case, whoever owns or runs this store where you're alleged to have stolen from, and you may not go back to any incident location or to this incident location. Understood, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to set a court date, ma'am, for April 20th at 1:30 p.m. Appoint the PD's office to represent you. Ma'am, that court date is unlikely to go, so please speak to your attorney about what to expect over the next few weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Amanda Smith?
Your name, please?
Amanda Lee Smith.
Ms. Smith, I'm seeing you on charges of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I'm also seeing you on some city court charges. For no bicycle lamp is required by law, obstruction or refusal to provide your true name, and I'm not sure what this last one is. It looks like a civil case for operating potentially a bicycle on sidewalks. I'm not sure. Give me 1 second, ma'am. All right. I also see that there's a Maricopa County violation report. Ms. Boyer, I saw that you had filed a request. It said bond, but you didn't have a number next to the bond. What was your recommendation, ma'am?
Yes, I apologize, Your Honor. I was just waiting on the pretrial services report. So the state is requesting a $1,000 bond with pretrial service release.
Mr. Mosley?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to release her to pretrial services based on the nature of the charges. And then that would also then give Maricopa County time to decide whether they're going to come and get her or not.
Ms. Boyer, why is this not a steps screening matter? Should it not be?
I believe that, so I believe.
I don't have any, pretrial didn't recommend it and you didn't recommend it either. And I'm just not sure why. Maybe because of the criminal charges?
It might be because of that. To be honest, Your Honor, I don't know all the criteria for steps, so I'm not sure why this doesn't qualify, but since pretrial services isn't recommending it, I'm not allowed to recommend it either.
Crystal, can you tell us why?
Hi, Your Honor. I do apologize. I did overlook that, and it actually, according to our standards, would qualify for evaluation for steps. I just missed that sentence in the report.
Ms. Boyer, would you have any objection if so my inclination is to give Ms. Smith another opportunity here. I know that Ms. Smith, your history might suggest that you aren't a great candidate for this. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you can prove everybody right. My inclination, Ms. Boyer, would be to release Ms. Smith to pretrial services with a steps screening date and a PH on May 14th.
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Smith, I am going to do that. I'm going to set a steps. Well, first off, let me ask you, are you interested in doing steps?
Definitely, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to set a steps screening date for April 6th at 9 a.m. Kurt, you have time?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to do a preliminary hearing for May 14th. Really, ma'am, right now, don't worry about that May 14th deadline, or yeah, it is a deadline. Right now, concern yourself or focus on this April 6th at 9 a.m. court date. Ma'am, if you don't go to Pima County Superior Court on April 6th at 9 a.m. for your screening, this will simply be treated as a felony. Understood?
Okay, yes.
Okay. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you in this matter, ma'am, and release you to pretrial services.
Okay.
On the city court case, ma'am, so you probably know this by now, but if you refuse to provide your true name to police officers upon request, you get charged with a crime.
Yes, I realize that now.
No one can force you to provide your name, but it seems silly that you're in front of me on 2 counts of obstruction for refusing to provide your name. I'm going to release you, ma'am, on your promise to go to court You're gonna have court on the misdemeanor charge. This is just one charge right now of obstruction to provide your name. You're gonna have court in front of Judge Cranshaw on April 28th at 2:30 p.m. I'm going to consolidate all the civil matters, enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf on the city court case. And that does it, ma'am. Good luck, okay?
Great, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm Chair Smith.
Your name, please, sir.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith, I'm seeing you on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, strangulation, and domestic violence, aggravated harassment, and aggravated domestic violence. So the state's asking for a $50,000 bond. That's a fair request given the allegations, sir. I also understand that there's an alleged victim who's present over Microsoft Teams. If you wanted to be heard, please announce yourself, your name, and then let the court know what you'd like the court to know. All right. Is someone present on behalf of Mr. Smith's case? Is there a victim present on Teams? I see that someone's on Teams. I don't. What did you want to say, ma'am? It's okay. What did you want to say, ma'am?
So, it's really different. Like, I'm struggling to talk because of the strangulation. Like, my car is demolished now, and I can't take my son in my car because you can't even drive your car. And he told me he was going to kill me, and I honestly it's really this needs to take away from me. Like, I'm honestly scared for my life at this point. So I just wanted to say that, like, I just.
Thank you. All right. Given the statements from the alleged victim in this case, given the parole violation, given the high bond that was requested by law enforcement, likely due to the questions that the answer is that the alleged victim provided to law enforcement upon questioning. My inclination would be, Mr. Mosley, the $50,000 bond that the state's requesting. What did you want to argue, though, sir?
Was that what was that amount that the state's requesting, Your Honor?
50,000.
Your Honor, the records indicate that there's a DOC hold in this matter, so we would be asking for a bond of no more than $10,000. He's not going anywhere at this time.
Not flight risk at all, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, you can relitigate this at a future time. I am going to hold you on the state's request of a $50,000 cash and secured bond. Order no contact with the alleged victim. That applies whether or not you've been released. You may not go to her residence or her workplace. I'm going to appoint the PD's office to represent you, sir. You're going to have court April 9th at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go, sir, so please speak to your attorney about what to expect.
Sir.
Your excuse, sir.
Thank you.
And Kurt, I've got one Aho case, but that's it. Is that, ma'am, are you Miss Olalde? All right, ma'am. I'm seeing you on one charge of a fugitive from justice warrant. This is out of Dallas, Texas, ma'am. Counsel, I don't have much information. My inclination, though, is just to do a $15,000 cash or secured bond, and appoint the lead LD's office, and then set a fugitive warrant hearing for April 3rd at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Mosley, did you want to be heard, though, sir?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Olade, I'm going to do a $15,000 cash or secured bond, set court for April 3rd at 1:30 p.m. Appoint the LD's office to represent you at that time. That's going to be a hearing regarding this warrant. You can speak to your attorney, ma'am, about what to do, what you intend or want to do regarding this warrant out of Dallas, Texas. All right, ma'am? All right, ma'am. You're excused. Thanks all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hey guys, no problem. All right.
Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Mencia, are you our interpreter today?
Yes, Your Honor, you have Court Interpreter Roger Mancia, and I believe we're connecting for the simultaneous as well.
Thank you. And just before we get started, just to make sure we just have the one individual that needs interpretation services, can you do a general call to the gallery?
Yes. Tenemos que el señor David va a necesitar la interpretación. ¿Alguien más necesita interpretación al inglés?
Okay, let's double check just to make sure the gallery can hear us. Is that speaker on? Okay. Mr. Mancia, can you try that one more time for me, just a little bit louder?
Yes, Your Honor. Tenemos que quien necesita la interpretación es el señor Vidal, pero ¿hay alguien más que necesita interpretación el día de hoy?
All right, we just have just the one, Mr. Mancia. We're going to get him the headset in just a second here, and then we'll begin.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Mancia, do you have the victim rights advisement?
I don't have it with me, Your Honor.
Okay, I am going to read it. I can go a little bit slower when I read that in, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning. This is the time for the 11 a.m. calendar and initial appearance court on March 30th, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. Before we begin, I am going to read the victim's rights advisement. You are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court. You are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. You have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights. Please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. I will call each of you up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I am ordering today. We have Mr. Vidal at the podium today, and then can we have Kevin Eli to the chair, please? Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
David Vidal Ansúrez, March 8 de marzo del 81.
David Vidal Azures, March 8th of 81.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony. I am not finding probable cause as to that allegation today. I was not provided with enough information from the arresting agency to find probable cause. That doesn't mean that that allegation goes away. The state could still charge you with that down the line, but for today's purposes, I am not holding you on these allegations. I will appoint you an attorney, and I am setting a status conference on April 14th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. Since I'm not finding probable cause, you will be released on this case without release conditions, but you do need to go to that next court date unless you are informed that that court date is not moving forward. You can call the downtown Superior Court before April 14th to see if that hearing is still moving forward, but assume that it is going forward unless you receive notification otherwise. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and hand the officer your headset. And Mr. Mancia, since that was the only one we needed you on, thank you so much for being available, but feel free to disconnect at any time.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Kevin Eli to the podium and Trevor Softy to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kevin Brandon Eli, 4/12/96.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases, a Superior Court new case and a probation violation. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of 4 counts of aggravated assault, all Class 3 felonies. I will find probable cause except for one of those 4 allegations. I was not provided with enough information on one of the allegations, so I'm not finding probable cause. Doesn't mean that that goes away. You could still be charged with all 4 of those down the line, but I'm only finding probable cause on 3 of the allegations. I will appoint you an attorney, so talk with your attorney about what that means moving forward. We are also here today on a Term 1 probation violation. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well. I am setting a status conference on April 6th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30, and a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 6th at 8:30. All of those are going to be in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond on your new case in the amount of $50,000, but I am holding you non-bondable as a violation of probation. So don't post that bond since you're being held non-bondable in the probation case. All this information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
After this, because I was the only one that was on the scene. So the one that's saying that I assaulted him, why they was not on the scene?
Okay, so talk with your attorney. That's more about the nature of the allegations themselves. We're not here to determine whether any of that actually occurred, whether there was just cause for your arrest. So talk with your attorney. You will have the ability to fight those allegations in the future if you so choose.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Trevor Softy to the podium and Catherine Benali to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Trevor Sosi, 4/18/92.
Thank you. We are here today on the Superior Court new case and a probation violation. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of aggravated robbery, which is a Class 3 felony, and on your probation violation, it's for violating Term 1. I will find probable cause on the new allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney on both cases. I am setting a status conference on April 6th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30, and a probation revocation arraignment hearing also on April 6th at 8:30. All of those will be in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000 on the new case, but I am holding you non-bondable on your probation violation. So talk with your attorney. Your attorney can ask for your release at the next hearing, and don't post a bond on the new case since I am holding you non-bondable on the probation violation. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Catherine Benali to the podium and Peter Matthews to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Catherine Benali, 4/8/85.
Thank you. We are here today on the Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated robbery, which is a Class 3 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30, both in the Downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any listed victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with any listed co-defendants, no possessing any weapons, and no possessing or consuming any drugs without a valid prescription. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Peter Matthews to the podium and Jeremy Gower to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. My name is Peter Matthews, and I was born 1577.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, marijuana transportation and/or sale, Class 4 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon failing to admit Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000. If you do post bond, I am going to order that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab the paperwork to your left and seat. Jeremy Gower to the podium and Dominic Servin Lopez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jeremy Gower, 10679.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving 2 counts of narcotic drug possession, class 4 felonies. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in that case. I am setting a status conference on April 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. It's a $1,000 cash bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers and no possessing or consuming any drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab the paperwork to your left and have a seat. Dominic Servin Lopez to the podium and Brandon Schmidt to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Dominic Servin Lopez, date of birth August 7th, 2007.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases, a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant for violating the terms of your probation. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of drug paraphernalia, which is a class 6 felony. On your probation violation, it's for violating terms 4, 5, and 7 of your probation. I will find probable cause on the new allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney on both cases. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 6th at 8:30. I'm setting a status conference on April 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30. All of those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond in the amount of $250 on each case, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they can. Brandon Schmidt to the podium and Gianna Johnson to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Brandon Schmidt, 092299.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms 1, 3, 7, and 15 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 6th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Gianna Johnson to the podium and Patricia Pasquale to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning, Gianna Johnson, 10/20/1998.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of aggravated assault, class 4 felony, and 1 count of assault, class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 16th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You will receive an envelope with your paperwork today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure that you read through that. I'm also going to order that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, that you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. And finally, that you may not have any uninvited contact with any listed victim in this case. There are 2 different victims that were listed. There's the police officer, and then also I believe it's your significant other. I'm ordering for your significant other that you may not have contact with that individual unless that individual wants contact or consents to contact. If you do share a common residence, you may live together as long as the victim is consenting. If the alleged victim does not consent or revokes consent while this case is pending, then you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Patricia Pascual to the podium and Edgar Morales Hernandez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning. Patricia Pascual Fernandez, 11685.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the El Centro Justice Court on a case involving driving with a suspended license. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on April 16th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm going to release you on some other release conditions, but most importantly, you do have to attend your next court hearing. It does look like you may have missed your last one or possibly two court hearings. If another warrant is issued for your arrest because you failed to appear, you will likely be held on bond next time. So please make sure that you get to your court hearing.
Okay.
I'm also going to order that you not have contact with the arresting officers and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Okay.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Edgar Morales Hernandez to the podium and Brandon Jones to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Edgar Morales, December 12, 2005.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony, and carrying a deadly weapon, failing to admit Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on April 14th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 16th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Am I going to go home today? Or?
So I'm releasing you on this case today. So I'm not going to hold you on this matter. If you have any other cases, it's possible that you're not released, but I don't know of any other cases, but I am releasing you on this one.
All right, that was the only question I got.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Brandon Jones to the podium.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brenna Fisher on behalf of Brandon Jones.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher. And Mr. Jones, may I have your name and date of birth?
Brandon Jones, 9/22/80.
Thank you. And then do we have Ms. Gaunt from the state here? Is the county attorney going to appear? Okay, Ms. Fisher, we're just waiting on the county attorney, so give us just 1 second here. I do believe we also have a probation officer on the line as well. Is that correct?
I was just going to ask that, Your Honor. Yes, Ed Avila should have called in. I can give you the last four of his phone number if that would be helpful.
I believe they may have already connected.
Okay.
Yes, this is the United States Probation Officer Ed Avila, present.
Thank you. All right, let's give the county attorney 1 second to appear. Ms. Fisher, just to let you know, I do have a warrant in front of me for your client out of Texas on a parole violation. I assume since we have both a probation officer and an entire hired counsel today, that there may be some updates that I'm not aware of. Have you spoken to the state or the county attorney on this one?
We have not, Your Honor. We were just retained about 30 minutes ago, but I have spoken to Mr. Avila, and our thought is that there's some kind of paperwork mix-up here. He's been on federal probation, fully compliant since May of 2024, absolutely no issues. And then this Texas parole warrant was issued about a year later in May of 2025. Again, this entire time there hasn't been any mention of this, so we're obviously today, right after this, we would get in touch with Texas and figure out what's going on.
Okay, and so since we have the federal probation officer on the line, is there an update that you'd like to provide the court?
Yes, Your Honor. So I'm a United States Probation Officer Ed Avila out of the District of Arizona. I've been supervising Mr. Jones since May 2024. Since that time, he's been fully compliant with his mandatory, standard, and special conditions of federal supervision. No issues. All UAs have been negative. He's has a steady employment, residence. Yeah, honestly, this was kind of a surprise to me. As far as supervision goes for federal, he's been 100% compliant. Thank you.
Thank you. And we did just have Ms. Gaunt from the state appear in court. Ms. Gaunt, did you want to announce?
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gaunt of Access State.
Thank you, Ms. Gaunt. And I haven't proceeded forward necessarily with the FOJ case today. We do have defense counsel on the line. We also have a federal probation officer on the line as well, Ms. Gaunt. The only update that the court has received so far is he's doing well, is what it sounds like, on federal probation. And the fact that there is a Texas parole violation was a bit of a surprise to both defense counsel and, I believe, the federal probation officer. Ms. Gaunt, did you have any other update on this case, or has the state received anything on this besides the warrant itself?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any additional information other than that.
Thank you, Ms. Gaunt. So, Ms. Fisher, the issue that I'm running into here is I do have a valid, fully extraditable warrant in front of me out of the state of Texas for a parole violation. As I'm sure that you're aware, because this case is out of Texas, we're really only seeing him today on whether he wants an extradition case or not. So your client does have an option to have that extradition proceeding in which I can set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court, or he does have the option to waive his right to the extradition. Now, since you're telling me this was a bit of a surprise and no one really knew about this, I'm not terribly inclined to do a waiver today since we don't have a lot of information, but it is your client's right to waive that if you'd like. Is there anything that you'd like to be heard on today?
Your Honor, we would not like to waive it. We would ask that you set a hearing on this. And we would also ask that he receive a bond and be able to bond out for release.
Okay. So, Ms. Fisher, the issue is that it is a parole violation. So I am not able to set a bond because it is a parole violation. Now, what I can do is I can set that hearing in front of the assigned fugitive of justice commissioner, which is going to be on the 20th. If anything changes on the warrant, if the warrant is no longer an extraditable warrant, he would be processed for release immediately. But I cannot let him out on a bond on this case because it is a parole violation.
Understood, Your Honor. In that case, yes, we'll take the hearing as soon as possible.
All right. Ms. Gaunt, anything that the state would like to be heard on this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Jones, I don't know how much you've been able to talk with your attorney about this one. To give you kind of a summary, just to make sure I've gone over everything with you in court today, you do have a couple of different options. Since this is an extraditable warrant out of Texas, you do have the right to have an extradition proceeding, which requires the governor of Texas and the governor of Arizona to get together and sign what's called a governor's warrant. That's paperwork to determine whether you are in fact extraditable back to Texas. That whole process could take up to 90 days. Now, there is the ability to waive the right to that process and return back to Texas essentially voluntarily, but that does require that you be held non-bondable during that time, and Texas has 30 days to come and get you. Since there is some confusion on whether or not this is an open case or what exactly is going on with that, I wasn't inclined to do a waiver today, and it doesn't sound like your attorney wants you to enter that waiver. I do just want to know, generally speaking, you do have the right to do that. You can always do that at the next hearing as well. Nothing we're doing today prevents you from waiving that right, but I'm sure your attorney wants to make sure that your rights are intact. That's why we're not going with that proceeding. So that's just a summary of what's going on. I cannot appoint you an attorney in this case because these extradition cases are civil in nature. You hired your own attorney, which is perfectly fine, and your attorney will continue to represent you. Ms. Fisher, did you want me to note your office is the office of record moving forward, or was that notice of appearance just for today's purposes?
No, you can notice as a counsel of record going forward. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And will it be you or will it be Mr. Black?
It will be me, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me go ahead and just add you on here. Give me 1 second. And Ms. Fisher, I did add in the notes to your client's, your order said that he'll be leaving court with that you are noted as his attorney of record. We did have some updates to our internal system. It's not letting me add you right now as the attorney of record, but I will make sure that your notice of appearance is added to this case card to be added to the docket down the line. If there is any issue, you may have to send another notice of appearance, but I have notated it here for you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Fisher?
Nothing from the defendant, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Khan?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, any questions that I went over with you today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna get you that paperwork printed in just a moment. If you wanna go ahead and take a seat to your left, they'll bring that out to you shortly, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Fisher, feel free to disconnect at any time or remain on the line. I'll leave that up to you. And Ms. Gaunt, you may stick around.
Thank you, and I apologize that I was late.
Oh, no worries. We got through the calendar a little quicker than expected, so that's not on you. The final matter on the calendar today is for Udell Cly. We're here on the Superior Court new case and a probation violation. He was listed as combative prior to the calendar coming in for the calendar today. Based on that report, I will find that he's a danger to himself or others if he were brought to court, so I will conduct his initial appearance at his cell. On the Superior Court new case, he was arrested on allegations of aggravated robbery, class 3 felony. On the probation violation, it's for violating term 1. I will find probable cause on the new allegations, appoint an attorney, and set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 6th at 8:30, a status conference on April 6th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing on April 8th at 8:30. I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $25,000 on the new case, but hold him non-bondable in the probation violation. I will conduct his initial appearance at his cell, provide him with a written copy. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 11 a.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 2 p.m.